Alright, hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you how to tint F150 rear tail lights with VHT spray tint. So I've taken off my tail lights already. I'll show you guys the removal process when I reinstall them, I guess, because there's nothing else I can do. So first we're going to start by cleaning each of these off as well as we can. So I've just got a little bit of water here, and I'm going to start cleaning them off. So now I've dried them both pretty thoroughly. Get this out of the way. And from here I plan on spraying them with a little Windex and finishing them off that way. Okay, so now I've rinsed or cleaned both lights pretty thoroughly with the Windex. So now we're going to go ahead and sand them down. Okay, so I said next we were going to sand it. I was mistaken. Next we are going to tape off the parts that you don't want tinted. So I'm actually going to tape off this entire reverse light, as well as what I believe is the blinker, maybe, or just this reflector here on each side. So let's get to it. We're going to be using a little frog tape with edge lock paint block technology. So we're going to see how well that works. So you want to be very careful with this. This is a very easy way to A, scratch your lights, and B, just mess up your tint job. You don't want to accidentally cut in the wrong place. Okay, that took forever. Probably because of me. Taillight 1 is done. I'm going to save you guys the pain of watching Taillight 2. Okay guys, so I've got these things all taped up. There's all my excess tape. It took me a good while. I don't know how long. I should have timed it for you. 15 minutes a piece probably. I don't know, it was brutal. Now I've got a wet dry 2000 grit sandpaper that I'm going to sand it with. We're going to see how this goes. So it's long ways. I'm going to go ahead and do a triple fold. That's how I normally see it done. So. Actually, before we do that, we're going to give these guys one last wipe down. We're going to make sure all the tape is pressed down nice and secure. Okay, so our tape is all good. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe these guys down again. Not going to use any water or liquid because I don't want to mess with the tape that I have down. So we're just going to give them a quick clean. Okay, so this doesn't actually say that you need to sand it. However, I am still going to, because that's what I've seen online. Just very lightly, not applying really any pressure at all in a circular motion. Okay, so once you've lightly sanded it, go ahead and wipe it back down. Just kind of sanding it just a little bit to let the VHT get a hold of something. Just a little texture for it to grab a hold of. So now we're going to go ahead and wipe off all of the small dust we've created with that small bit sandpaper, small grit, let's say. Okay, so now we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and give these guys their first coat, let them dry for a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so before we spray these guys down, I'm going to, I forgot to do this earlier, I'm going to take some paper towels here, put them in the holes in the back, just to make sure nothing accidentally leaks in somehow. I don't know how that would work, but it is a possibility, I guess.
Okay, so we got those stopped up there.
And we've got those stopped up as well. Okay, so you gotta shake this stuff for a minute. It says to shake it for a full minute. I've been shaking it for a while. So I'm just gonna give it one last good shake here. And we should be good to go. Let's go and give it a test there. Alright, so supposedly you're supposed to spray one sweep across. We will see how that works. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry and come back and put our next coat on. Give that about 10 minutes. So it's been about 20 to 25 minutes. This first coat is dry. Unfortunately, I got a little run over here on this side. That was my fault because I didn't do it properly. But now we are gonna apply the second coat. I'm not sure if you saw me mess up there, but I held it there for a little too long. Did a little oopsie there. Now we're gonna go in for our second coat though. So we're gonna go at a different angle this time. We're gonna go this way. So sorry if you guys can't see. Unfortunately, I will impair your view on the first one. The second one you'll be able to see though. It'll be the exact same thing. So just really want to shake this up because I'm spraying more up horizontally than vertically. You're supposed to spray stuff vertically like this. I'm going to be spraying like this just because it'll be much easier to do. So really got to make sure it's shaken up because of that. So now we go to our second one here. And that coat seemed a little light, but we're just gonna let that one sit and dry, and then we'll probably do one more coat for a total of 3 because I don't want to black them out. I just want to darken them down. Okay, so we're going for the third and final coat. I've been shaking this up for about a minute. This coat is dried for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. So we're gonna do the third coat the same way I did the first one, where we're gonna go across like this. I think that one worked pretty well. And then we're gonna be all done. Okay, so you saw how far back I was, because worst case scenario, you do what I did here, get a little drip. That's not what I was going for, so I started staying back further. I'll check in with you after this coat dries. Okay guys, so I put on 3 coats. The third coat has finally dried. It's been about another 25-30 minutes. Now I am going to take off the tape and I'm going to go ahead and spray it with my clear gloss coat here. So let's go ahead and hopefully the tape didn't leave any lines or left sharp lines, is what I meant to say.
Awesome.
Trying to be very careful to just peel up the paint, trying to stay off the tint as much as possible. Awesome, so this one looks super good in my opinion. Maybe it's because I did it, but I think this one looks very good. Set that there for now. Go ahead and peel this one off as well.
Again, trying to be very careful to just peel up the paint. Keep the fingernails away from the tint. Alright, so we're looking pretty good so far.
So this one is looking quite good as well, in my opinion. I think they both have come out so far rather nicely. We're gonna go ahead and wipe down this area, make sure that's all dry since it was on some different plastic.
Set that down. Grab ourselves some paper towels. Okay. Place these back up here. Approximately where they were. You can kind of see the outline, so not too tough to do.
And now that I've taken this off, I'm gonna run over it with my clear coat. And then we'll be done. So let's give this a good shake, see if the directions say to do anything specific. And no. So this just seems to be some normal, pretty normal clear coat. I got Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. I don't know what the difference is, but I guess we'll find out if there is one. So we're going to give this a good shake. Probably going to do a couple coats with this. I'll just show you guys the first coat. And then all right, shaken vigorously. So you saw how I sprayed that differently from the VHT because clear coat goes on differently. It's just kind of a quick brushing stroke across the light. Ooh. So we're gonna leave that to dry. Okay guys, so our first round of clear coat has just finished. I'm gonna put on the second coat, and then I'm gonna be all done for the night. This whole project, including drying time, probably taking me a couple hours. Probably a couple more hours than it should have taken. In all reality, work time, we could probably have it finished in 30 minutes. However, if you include the drying, it will go up. The drying in total, probably about an hour. So you could really have this done in an hour 30 if you set your mind to it. Maybe 2 hours. So far, it's been relatively easy to do. So this will be our last coat here. So far, it's working out well. That's my final touch move right there. So, we're gonna let these guys dry for, I'm gonna give them 30 minutes this time, and then I'm gonna throw them back on the Ford, and you guys will see the finished product. Alright, so here they are, the finished product. So now I'm gonna reinstall them. Should hopefully not be too hard. We'll start with taking out our tissues that we put in. And so to reinstall the bulbs, you're going to place them in and turn them clockwise until they stop. Same for the reverse lights. Push them in, turn them clockwise, they will both stop. And then there are 3 points, 1, 2, 3. They go in 3 slots, 1, 2, and 3. So you just want to line those up. Make sure to push your wires back in to where they were. Line up your 3 points, and then you're going to push it this way. So a small pop there, hope it's normal. And then take your 8mm socket and make sure these are lined up. Go ahead and screw them back in. There are 2 screws holding it in place. Both have washers. Make sure your washers are still there. Sorry about the wind noise if there is any. So you're going to tighten them down until they stop. You don't want to tighten them too tight because then you won't be able to remove them, or they could even pinch the plastic and break it. So they have the washers there. So this one is installed, ready to go. So here they are, finished product. I think they look awesome. I'm very proud of them.